Yeah, the state of breeze straws is kind of cooked. There are a couple of problems with breeze straws right now. First of all, the fact that the editor is the Godot game engine, which apparently is harder to teach than I thought. The second of all is that the code keeps getting outdated. I keep learning new things, and then the code becomes outdated, and then it becomes hard to work with. So, because of these reasons, I likely won't be dragging breeze straws too much longer, and will therefore move on to other projects. It might come back in the future as a different project, but for now, breeze straws will probably come to an end of life cycle. Regardless, it's been a really cool project to work on. So, that's interesting. I guess I'll also just provide some basic editor tips whilst I'm here to just try and get something going. Yeah. Another reason why I kind of lost a bunch of motivation for this is V1 did not get nearly as much traction as the beta. It just never performed as well, even though it has significantly more fixes and polish. So, it's a bit unfortunate, but it's to be expected. v1.1 does add a bunch of stuff, like these new maps, the nets, then you have mobility. It's just a bunch of polished bug fixes, small additions, and just general quality of life, alongside the other maps. As for the basic editor guide, first you need to go to the latest release, which will be 1.1 by the time this releases, and get the source code. You're also going to need Godot. Unzip the file, enter it, open project.godot. It'll bring you into the project. Now, notably, in the folders, there's maps current. Whichever map is here will be played as soon as the project starts. So, copy the map template, make sure it ends with .btmap.tscn, and put it in current. This is your map. We have settings, which includes a bunch of properties here, pretty self-explanatory. Environment, this controls the lighting. The directional light also does that. We have music. If you want to import assets that are not in the folders here, what you gotta do is you gotta drag it and then click on this chain icon. This makes it a separate file from this, and the file is embedded within the map file itself, which means you can share it and it'll include this file. I'm not gonna do that. Otherwise, we have geometry. This is just where you place your CSG boxes. CSG boxes are similar to parts in Roblox. They have this property, use collision. Make sure you have that set property. We have the orbs folder, which we can go into this icon to add a new scene and add an orb. And here we have an orb. This is an end orb, for example. I can duplicate this orb and then make it a dash by typing dash and type. Increase its value, something like that. We can add materials by going to the material folder, textures, one of these two, and then resources, and it'll include a bunch of pre-made materials. If you want to modify them, for example, the color, you can once again unlink it, which saves all the material settings in your scene file, and therefore lets you modify it like this. Important, this is just where you can place any like objects you want organized in a specific way. And then we have spawns. Spawns, they are just nodes with a position. You will spawn facing the opposite way if you have local space, which can be enabled with this. It'll be the opposite way of the blue arrow. That's the way you're facing. Say if you're using the multi-tool and rotate, you'll spawn this way now. And you can duplicate spawns. You can have multiple of them. Say a second one here, right? I'll name it spawn 2. And then there's a bunch of configuration. You have the time at which the spawn is. You have the stats of speed, jump power, and gravity. And then you have how much fuel you have starting there. That also applies for the first spawn. You gotta configure it to have the correct amount of fuel. The spawns need to have the spawn script on them, which is that. So the things that have specific syntax is map, which must be spelled exactly like this and in lowercase, orbs, exactly like that and in lowercase, as a direct child of map. Then we have settings, and we have spawns, also lowercase, and music in lowercase. All of these must be spelled exactly like this. Other than that, you're free to organize however you want. Though orbs do need to be in the orbs folder for correct functionality. I'm not gonna go too deep into the technical stuff, but you can animate things with an animation player. Say if I create a new block, I want to move back and forth, right? I'll make it 5x5x5. I'll give it a custom material. Let's say I want to animate this. I'm gonna give it an animation player. And the important part here is the animation player needs to have in script components map animation.gd. So let's create a new animation. Let's name it move. And that also means in order for that animation to be played, I need to specify it in here. This custom export variable needs to be called move. Let's make it 3 seconds long. Let's keyframe the position by holding shift and clicking the key there. Let's move it halfway. Make a new key. And then put the original key back. And then let's loop this. And now this cube is moving back and forth. If we playtest this, the cube is moving back and forth. And it always resets in the same position. We have our dash orb, and we can finish the map.